cousin Garrett's bed. I'm very intrigued by the stories I read in them. I'm not sure if it's Garrett who put them there, but I'm very happy I found them. I read stories of women who are very excited. That's the word they use, excited, to discover the ecstasy of the orgasm. In some of the books, the pictures go with the stories, but in some of the magazines, the pictures do not match what I read. None of the women have any clothes on, and all of them live in America. I learned in geography class that it often snows very hard in America. I worry that the women will catch colds and die if they're walking around without clothes in the cold. Some of them are rubbing their cocoa breads with shiny red fingernails. How many people know what a cocoa bread is? It's also the bread that you eat with the patty and golden crust. The pictures are all very strange and exciting. The women look happy and sad at the same time. Like they're eating an ice cream cone that is not exactly their favorite flavor. I wonder if the underneath of my cocoa bread looks like the underneath of the cocoa breads in the magazine. I decided to have a look at it. I choose the one place nobody would find me. A pit toilet is rarely ever used. Day after day it stands empty. And it smells like milk farts all the time. You know what a pit toilet is? It's like an outhouse for those of you who just moved to Brooklyn. There isn't much to using a pit toilet. You just sit down, do your business, and put the wooden cover down. I look down into the hole. There are giant roaches crawling up the inner walls of the seat. I look further down. Bits of things are floating in what looks like a giant swimming pool. Nobody will find me in here. I wouldn't even be in here if I wasn't hiding. I climb up onto the seat and slowly squat. I'm thinking the story is really not appropriate for this time of the day, but what the heck. My naked bottom hangs over the gigantic opening of this square. And by the way, I'm 7 years old, so it's not all that sexy. It's just a 7-year-old looking underneath. I carefully examine my underneath. On the face of the cocoa bread are tiny black hairs and some things that look like mouths. The mouths are closed like they're keeping a secret. I push them open. A tongue pokes out at me. I poke the tongue and then the lips get wet. That is where the magazine says the orgasm happens. I poke the tongue again, and again, and again, and again. The lips are just getting wetter and wetter and wetter. I am bouncing up and down the seat so quickly that my foot slips, and I fall feet first into the opening of the pit. One leg and one arm are both completely in. The other arm is grasping at the side of the seat. The other leg caught in a strange angle that has just barely kept me from falling all the way in. I know I can't call for help. The Penthouse magazine is sprawled wide open on the floor, showcasing Devil Daisy's bottom cheek separated by the spine of the open pages. She is naked, on her knees, her lips throwing kisses at me. I have no idea what I would tell my auntie to keep her from pushing the rest of me down into that pit for looking at those pictures. It takes me about an hour to climb out by myself. And when I finally collapse, shaking and picking roach legs off my hip and thigh, I know I will never look at my cocoa bread again.